decimals. This is the here is a this lesson is done for grade 7 students. Decimals. In the last year, you have learnt about decimals, right? Uh, First, I will teach you that the relation between decimals and fractions, right? Uh, you write this fraction as a decimal. So, how can you write this fraction as a decimal? 1 over 10 equals to 0.1. 2 over 10 equals to 0.2. This one, 12 over 10. 12 over 10. How can you write this fraction as a decimal? 1.2. You know that how to write given fractions as decimals. How about this one? 67 over 100. 67 over 100 equals to 0.67. 0.67. How about this one? 97 over 100. How can you write this? How can you convert this fraction into a decimal? Yes, 0.97. 0.97. So you can convert given fractions into decimals. So obtaining a fraction, we can convert a given fraction into a decimal. So at this time, you how to understand that it is having a relation. It's having a relation between a fraction and a decimal number. So fractions can be converted into decimals. You have learnt this segment in the last year. Okay, now can you imagine, can you understand that how did I write these fractions into decimals? How did I convert these fractions into decimals? You think of this one, 27 over 100. 27 over 100. Here it's having decimal point, but you cannot see that one. Anyway, how many zeros are there in this 100? 2 zeros. This decimal point, here is the decimal point. The decimal point you cannot see. That decimal point you cannot see. Here is a decimal point. Here is a decimal point. This decimal point goes to the left side, passing 2 digits. The reason here you could see 2 zeros. So it comes forward. The decimal point comes forward, passing 2 digits. That 1 and 2. So the answer is, here you have to put 0.27. This decimal point goes to the goes to the left side. 1, 2. That decimal point comes here. This decimal point comes here. So the answer 0.27. 0.27. Here you have to write 0. How about this one? 97 over 100. How can you convert this fraction into a decimal? So here you could see 2 zeros, decimal point here, 1, 2. Why do you get that? Why that decimal point comes passing 2 digits? Here you could see 2 zeros. So therefore 1, 2. The answer is 0.97. How about this one? How can you do this one? 29 over 1000. How can you write this fraction as a decimal number? The decimal point here, it cannot be seen. You cannot see the decimal point. This decimal point comes to it goes to the left side. You think this is the left, this is the right side, this is the left side. So this decimal point goes to the left side, passing how many digits? 3 digits. The reason here, how many zeros? 3 zeros. So 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. Decimal point here. So that should be written here. 0.029. 0.029. This one, 77 over 1000. You express this fraction as a decimal number? Yes. You say 0.077. Okay. Now you know that how to write given fractions as decimal numbers. Okay. You can write. Now if it is having then 1 over 10, 2 over 100, 15 over 1000, these fractions can be written as decimal numbers. So 1 over 10 equals to 0.1. You say, how can you write this fraction? 2 over 100? Yes. 0.02. This one? 0.015. Okay. Now you are given to convert these fractions into decimal numbers. In order to do that, you have to convert, you have to write in the denominator 10, 100, 1000 and so on. Consider this one. Let's write this fraction as a decimal number. To do that, you have to convert this digit 2 into 10, 100 or 1000. You think of it. How can you convert this 2 into, actually this 2 can be converted into 10. How do you do that? So that you can take 10 here, you have to get a digit. Obtaining a digit, both denominator and the numerator should be multiplied. How do you do that? What is the taken digit? You can take, think of it, 2 times 5. Yes, 2 times 5, 10. 1 times 5. Both denominator and the numerator multiplied by 5. Now 1 into 5, 5. 2 times 5, 10. Now you know that how to convert this fraction into a decimal number. 5 over 10 equals to 0.5. Okay. Next sum. How can you convert this fraction into a decimal number? 3 over 4. Convert this decimal number into a this fraction into a decimal number. How do you do that? 3 over 4. Now think of it. Think of this digit 4. Can you obtain the digit 10, 10, 100 or 1000? 10, 100, 1000 and so on. These numbers can be taken 10, 100, 1000, right, and so on. In the denominator, you have to write in the denominator 10, 100 or 1000. Can you obtain 10 using the digit 4? Can you obtain 10 using the digit 4? Multiplying the digit 4. Can you obtain 10? Think of it. 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 4 times 3, 12. you cannot take 10. Then you can take, obtaining the digits 4, you can take 100. To do that, in order to obtain 100, it is multiplied, the digit 4 is multiplied by 25. Numerator also multiplied by 25. So 3 times 25, 75, 4 times 25, 100. So 75 over 100 equals to, 75 over 100 equals to, yes, 0.75. 0.75. Now you think of this sum. How do you do this one? This one. 8 over 125. 8 over 125. 8 over 125. How can you convert this fraction into a decimal number? How can you convert this fraction into a decimal number? You think of it. How do you do that? How do you do that? What is the taken digit to be taken 1000 in the denominator? That means, what is the taken digit to be taken 1000 in the denominator? 1000 in the denominator. 8 over 125. Yes? Think of it. 8 over 125. 8 over 125. 8 over 125. Think of it. Denominator is multiplied by 8. Numerator also multiplied by 8. 8 into 8, 64. 185 into 125 into 8. What is the answer? 125 into 8. What is the answer? 1000. 1000. Now you have been taught this fraction, that how to write this fraction as a decimal. Yes, 0.064. Now you can convert given fractions into decimal numbers. Think of this one. How can you convert this decimal number into a fraction into a decimal number? 4, 3 over 5. You have to convert this fraction mixed number, this mixed number, here is a mixed number, this mixed number into a decimal number. For that, first you should get the improper fraction related to this mixed number. 5 times 4, 20. 20 plus 3, 23 over 5. Now you can take, you can get the digit 10 in the denominator, so that you can take 10 in the denominator, both denominator and the numerator multiplied by 2. So 23 times 2, 46. 5 times 2, 10. Now what is the answer? 46 upon 10. 46 upon 10 could be written as 4.6. 4.6. Okay.